Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Back in this video, and this is if you guys have not seen or where I talked a little bit about it, I decided to do two different series on my channel. So I have Friday favorites, and if you haven't seen those videos, I will put the most recent one here in the cards, but I will also link down below for you guys those two videos if you haven't seen them already. But this is also another series that I'm starting on my channel, and it's called Makeup Mondays. So it'll be a different variety. So basically it's going to obviously be based around makeup products. So last week, if you haven't seen that one, I will leave it linked down below as well. I don't know how to do where you can leave so many in the cards, so if I can figure that out, I will do that. I tried doing that on the one of my previous videos, and it just picked up one of them, so I have to play with that a little more. But anyways, so on Makeup Mondays, I will either come on and do makeup, or I'll do an eye look, or we may talk about a specific topic, maybe skin, like make foundations. It may be something like that. It may be a full face. It just depends what I'm feeling for that moment and that time, but it's going to be centered around makeup. If you did not know that, I just wanted to reiterate that. So last week, like I said, I did a makeup look. I look using the FENTY Moroccan Spice palette. I loved the way that turned out. That was one of my favorite looks. So for this Makeup Monday, we are going to be talking about the palette challenge that I am doing with Beth and Nat here on YouTube. Nat came up with an idea, and she wanted to do a palette challenge. So basically the object is that we're to use a palette, do 3 or more looks with a palette, using 3 or more shadows for each look, and count a point. And then we were going to have it go from August 1st to October 1st, but I think, I haven't confirmed with the ladies, but I think we're going to have it go all the way until the beginning of the year. So don't quote me on that, but I will double check and let you guys know. This is our second month update, and this has been so fun. Not only has it been fun, but we've also, I know for me, and I know that was the whole purpose of this challenge, was to pull products, palettes, and use them, get use out of all the palettes we currently own. The stipulation is that we're on a low buy to a no buy. Each time you purchase something, have a haul. It's 1 point. If I'm going to let you know what palettes that I've used. So let's go ahead and get started, because this time I did use, last month I think I'd only used 4 palettes. This month I've used 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 palettes, guys. So 4 to 7. I think I did pretty good. This palette is the Zoya Oristo palette. I purchased this some time back from a friend, and she had got double of this in one of her subscription boxes. And I did share with you guys, I think, how this palette looks. I don't recall. It's just a neutrals palette, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. I think if you're a neutrals girl, you will love this palette. The pigmentation is very nice. There's not a lot of fallout. And I really did enjoy this palette very, very much. At first, when I seen it, I was like, oh, it's pretty average in the color selection. But using it, I got some really, really pretty looks. And I truly did enjoy using this palette that I had in my collection for a few months now and had never reached for. But due to the palette challenge, I did reach for it. This palette is the e.l.f. Bite Size Rose Water palette. You guys are all familiar with these, and it looks like that. This is a really nice palette. You do have 1 matte, and then the remaining are shimmers, and this was a really nice palette. Overall, I would say that you can do several different looks, able to get a decent look with these, with this palette. And yeah, I really wish I had picked up more, but I did not. I have 2 of them. I think the other one that I have is the Berry Bad and this one, but it is a really nice, affordable palette. Great pigmentation as well. Okay, next palette is the Makeup Revolution. This is the Birds of Paradise palette, and that is what it looks like. It's just a fun, bright palette. It is a very nice palette, and for what I paid, I think I paid maybe $13 after all the discounts, the sale, and everything like that, which is not bad. There are a few shadows here that I feel are hit and miss. Some are greater than others. I will say that this tail feather here is a really hard shadow for me to even get to work. I've dug my brush into it. I've tried wetting it, all of that. That is one shadow that I find very hard to work with. I have pretty much touched every shadow, I believe, in this palette. There's two it looks like that I may not have, and that is Cardinal and Vacay right there. This one here where my thumb is, and that one. But all the other shadows, and I was really excited and happy. So with all the looks that I did with this, I definitely recommend this palette if you're looking for an affordable palette with tons of color, pops of color, and all of that. Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice. It looks like that. This is such a nice palette, and I know that Fenty has it on sale right now for $29 on their website. That is what it looks like. It's a neutrals palette with a couple pops of color. You got that blue and then that real pretty red right there. But I have fallen in love with this palette. Like I told you guys in several videos, I didn't think I was gonna like this. When I initially used it, I was like, it's just average. But I have to take that back because it's a really, really nice palette. I think that you can get some beautiful, beautiful looks with this palette. Enjoyed that one. The next palette is the Glam Light Pizza palette. This is the Veggie Lovers. I have featured this on my channel several times. This was in my recent Friday favorites because it is one of my favorite palettes. And this last week I was truly, truly enjoying this palette. Just trying to come up with so many different looks with this palette. But everything, I have touched every single, I have dipped into every shade in this palette. And this black, it's so pigmented. You have to be so careful. They're all pigmented, but this right here, if you're looking for a true, true black, that is the one for you. It's definitely a very nice palette. If you love greens and yellows and all of that, you will love this palette. It's just super, super pretty, super nice looks. So yes, definitely did some great looks with that palette. All right, two more palettes that we have. We have the Deuce by Juvia's. And this was a palette that was given to me from a friend. And I hadn't really played in it a whole lot from the time that I had it. It's a unique palette in the sense that it doesn't have like a coordination of colors. It's kind of like, you know, some browns and then pinks, and it's kind of a mixture, like an odd variety, I would say, in my opinion. But let me just say that I have gotten some really pretty looks out of it. I got a pink look, I got a teal and brown look, a silver and brown look. So it's definitely one of those different, unique palettes, but nonetheless, the pans are so huge. The pigmentation is very, very nice, and it does have some fallout, but it's still a really, really nice palette. I definitely enjoyed digging into this a little more, making some more looks with this palette. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. So Juvia's Place, this is a Saharan. I featured this in a recent video that I did with Beth. We did our monthly collab for indie brands, and that is what it looks like. And this is such a beautiful, beautiful palette. This palette, the shades in this palette are so pigmented, so beautiful. It is what I have on my eyes today. I did like a golden kind of orange look with the black on the lash line. And then I put this shade here, which is Fula. No, wait, I'm sorry, Boral. I'm just butchering the names. But I did this here, and I put that on my waterline just to give it like a nice pop of color. But I really, really love this palette. This was a palette that I won in Beth's giveaway. And I'm so happy that I won this because it's such a beautiful, beautiful palette. This palette I completely forgot about, that I used more than 3 times. was the ABH Norvina Mini Pro Pigment Volume 2. I talked about this in a favorites video. Again, I have been using this so much and I absolutely love this palette. I think it's so pretty. The pigmentation is so nice. Like I said, there is a bit of fallout, but it's such a beautiful palette. If you're into bright colors, you will like this. If you're not, then you may not. But I know it is on sale right now on Sephora's website for $14.50, I believe. Absolutely love this palette. I'm thankful that I got it because had I not, I would have been missing out. But it's a great, great, great palette. So that is another one that I almost forgot that I did use. So let's recount this again. So I had, at the end of July, I had 2 points. I had initially 4, but I lost 2 because I did 2 hauls, which was a ColourPop and a Too Faced haul. So that lost that 2 points. And then this month I gain 8 points. Yay! So 8 and 2, that makes 10, but I do lose 1 because I did a ColourPop haul again. They're my weakness. I'm sorry. I try, but ColourPop's just been coming out with so much stuff, and I just cannot contain myself, but I really need to try. I got 8 points for August, 2 for July, but I will be losing 1 point for ColourPop haul, so I will actually have 7 plus 2 from July, so that makes me at 9 for the end of August, which I think is not bad at all. So I will be going into September with 9 points. Not bad. I think overall, I'd have to say Nat's probably the one leading because when it comes to not purchasing, she does very, very good. She's so much stronger than me and Beth, I have to say. But I can't wait to see how many palettes they used. I cannot wait to see how many points that they get. If they're going to have any points deducted for hauls. I really doubt Nat will because she's so much stronger when it comes to not purchasing. But this has definitely been so fun. You guys enjoyed this video of this update of our palette challenge. Definitely come back next month to see how much better we have done or how much worse we have done. Definitely don't forget to go see the ladies and just see how many palettes they've used and maybe see the looks that they've created as well. So much for watching. Don't forget, if you did enjoy this video, please just take a moment and hit that like button. It does help my channel. Those of you that are not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe if you'd like to follow me on my YouTube journey. See you guys in my next video. Bye guys.